So a couple of months ago, my part of the internet exploded with news that there was D&D stuff at Ollie's. So Ollie's is this discount place where they'll get stuff that's been discontinued, or maybe somebody just made too much of it, or they have to unload it, or whatever. However they get it, and then they sell it remarkably cheap. And you don't typically expect to find D&D stuff there, and yet we did. So this is the campaign case Creatures. I picked it up for $3 at Ollie's, which is kind of amazing. It is meant to be basically a quick and easy creature feature set for DMs, right? So it comes with a whole bunch of tokens and these little stickers that you can put on it. They were also selling the terrain set. I did not manage to pick that up. They were sold out by the time I got there. But let's see what's in this thing. Retail was $64 for this puppy. Wow. So $3, significantly less. Okay, how the heck do you get it open? You know, I don't think I have to be that kind to this thing, because the thing that's important is the box that's inside, right? So alright, when in doubt, rip it open, right? I'm sure someone will put in the comments, but no, Ken, this is how you could have actually opened it. So we have, all right, a case, stylized D&D case. All right, I think this too is made out of cardboard. This obviously I don't want to attack with a knife. So let's see, how does one get it open? It's the beauty of unboxings, right? Like, we learn how to do this together in real time. Huh. Pennsylvania man cannot figure out how to open box. That's going to be the headline for this one. All right, so let's see. Does it do... Ah, there we go. All right, I got it. So, those of you playing along at home, it just opens up in the top. Boop. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're going to open this up. We get... On the inside, I'm just going to turn this around for a second. There is an illustration, looks like some adventurers and a mind flayer, as well as maybe these are all supposed to be villains, heroes, who knows. There's also Intellect Devourers. I like the one that's like coming up here and saying hi to the mind flayer, but whatever. Alright, probably shouldn't try and knock the camera. Interesting. So these are all of the stickers that you can put onto the tiles themselves. Nice. And then if we open this up, cool. So this is our collection of tiles. Interesting. So honestly, I don't know that I need the case. I think the case is probably more than I really want. Let's see how noisy this is to get it open. Yeah, it's taped. There you go. So we've got a nice big disc, smaller disc. They've got some heft to it, which I like. And then there's smaller discs in here of different sizes. I do like the heft, right? Because they don't feel like super cheap plastic. They've got some, they've got some mass to them, right? So you can plop that down on your table, and you're going to hear it, and you're going to feel it, Effects are nice, right? Let's see. So now that we've learned from the other one, we can do this, and let's see. Taped on multiple sides. Okay, cool. All right, so then we have this disc here. So we got 4 big discs, and then it looks like... Here, I'll take an example of a nice gelatinous cube. So I got my gelatinous cube here. If I remember correctly, these are meant to be so that you can peel... Yeah, there they go. They're just like vinyl stickies, right? So you can take them off and then set them on your token, and you're good to go. And then you can just take it back off again. And... put it right back on the sheet. So, not bad. I think this is potentially useful for me. I think I will. So I think I need the case because I need to keep all of this stuff together so it doesn't get scattered all over the game room, as I am apt to do. I do think that I can see using this in a couple of ways. So for my regular game, I typically just use standalone minis. I don't really, or I'll use like generic ones from HeroQuest or something like that. Where I can see this being really helpful is if I'm doing a fantasy-themed adventure, pre-stocking the monsters that I want to use for it. Where it's probably most helpful is each summer I run a Dungeons & Dragons session for my son and his friends while we're on vacation at Lake Champlain, and I have a nice box. I think I have one of the D&D starter boxes, and so I have a bunch of tokens in there from the Pathfinder set. I could see swapping out those tokens for these because they might take up a little more less space and be, I don't know, just like I like that there's mass to them. The standees from the Pathfinder set, they're cardboard, and honestly, when you're playing outside at Lake Champlain and a good wind comes along, it can just knock stuff over. These tiles, I don't have to worry about that. I think it could be really handy for con games as well. I think, though, I would not want to bring the full case because that just seems like a lot. I think in this case, I would probably just take what I need and put it into my Game Master's toolkit, bring that along, or maybe just bring along my mini toolkit with some of these tiles in it. But overall, I mean, I think it's a nice enough set. Is it $60 nice? I don't think I'd go that far, but I can see perhaps why it was on sale at Ollie's. But still, I think for what I paid for it, it's certainly worth it. And I think if you have it available, I would pick it up. I have not looked at the terrain one in person. I know that it's got a bunch of stuff that you can use. It's kind of like the Dungeon Tiles Reincarnated, if I remember correctly. Looking to pick that up at some point because I could always use more D&D tiles for my games. But overall, you know what? I'm pleased with this. Not too bad. My name is Ken Newquist. I'm one of the co-hosts of the Lair of Secrets podcast. You can learn more about us at lairofsecrets.com.